We all assume that rich people are smart, right? Like, you can't get rich without being intelligent. That's how the world works. Wrong. I found a billionaire who can't do basic math, a millionaire influencer who thinks the earth is flat, a celebrity who thought Finland was in Asia. And they're not pretending. They're genuinely just not smart, but they're rich as hell. So this made me wonder, what's the relationship between intelligence and wealth? Like, can you be dumb and rich, or is that impossible? Turns out, you can be incredibly dumb and still get stupid rich, and I need to explain why, because it's breaking my brain. First, we gotta understand something. Intelligence and wealth are not the same. You'd think they'd overlap completely. Smart person equal to rich person. But no, they're actually pretty separate. What is intelligence? Intelligence is your ability to understand complex ideas, learn quickly, think logically, problem solve, adapt to new information. It's measured by IQ tests. High intelligence equal to you're good at thinking. What is wealth? Wealth is your ability to accumulate money. It's not the same as intelligence because wealth depends on who your parents are, what generation you were born in, connections you have, willingness to exploit people, being in the right place at the right time, inheritance. So you can be smart plus poor, smart plus rich, dumb plus poor, dumb plus rich. The real issue, society tells you that rich people must be smart. Why? Because it makes us feel better about inequality. If rich people are just smart, then it's fair, they earned it. But what if some rich people are just dumb, and they got rich for other reasons? That's harder to accept, because then the system seems rigged, which, spoiler alert, it kind of is. Let me give you examples of people who are objectively not smart, but are also absurdly wealthy. Case study 1. There's a famous influencer with millions of followers, genuinely thought peanut butter was made from peas. Peas. When someone corrected them, they were shocked. Wait, it's peanuts? Yes. It's in the name. How dumb do you have to be to not understand peanut butter for your entire life? And yet this person makes $50,000 plus per post because they're hot and charismatic and have a following. Case study 2. There's literally a billionaire CEO who struggles with reading comprehension. Like, basic reading. He hires people to read documents to him because reading is hard. But he's a billionaire. How? Because he inherited the company. He didn't build wealth through intelligence, he inherited it. Then he just didn't crash it up too badly. That's the bar. Case study 3. Okay, this one's possibly a myth, but there's a real estate developer who allegedly couldn't name the letters of the alphabet in order. But he could sell properties. Why? Charisma, connections, luck. Case study 4. Have you seen crypto influencers? These people don't understand basic economics. They don't understand blockchain. They don't understand anything. But they convince people to invest millions of dollars because they have a cool podcast and a big following. They're not smart. They're charismatic salespeople. And here's the thing. They're not lying about the crypto making money. It did make them rich. But the reason it made them rich wasn't because they're intelligent. It's because they're good at marketing. Marketing not equal to intelligence. Marketing equal to persuasion. Okay. So how does a dumb person become rich? There's actually a science to it. Path 1. Inheritance. This is the easiest path. You don't need to be smart. You just need to be born, have rich parents, not die before they die, not completely destroy their wealth. That's literally it. Studies show that inherited wealth has nothing to do with intelligence. It's just luck. So there's billionaires out there who are literally just existing, being kept alive by trust funds. Path 2. Getting lucky with timing. Someone invents the internet. Their idiot nephew starts a website in the right moment and it becomes worth millions. Is the nephew smart? No. Did he work hard? Debatable. Was he lucky that the internet was invented right then and he happened to be adjacent to it? Yes. Path 3. Charisma plus persuasion. Some people can just convince others to give them money. They're not smart, they're just persuasive. They can sell ice to Eskimos. They can get investors excited about bad ideas. They're not intelligent, they're manipulative. And manipulating people into giving you money is a valid way to get rich. Path 4. Exploiting a system. Some people get rich by finding loopholes. Not through intelligence, but through ruthlessness. They don't care about the rules. They find ways around them. They exploit workers. They avoid taxes. Is that intelligent? Depends on your definition. Is that moral? Absolutely not. But it makes money. Path 5, viral fame. You make a funny video. It goes viral. Suddenly you have millions of followers. You sell merch. You get sponsorships. You didn't need to be smart. You just needed to be attractive, be funny, get lucky with one video. TikTok stars are the perfect example. Path 6. Being good at one specific thing. You don't have to be smart overall. You just have to be good at one thing that makes money. You could be terrible at math, but great at football becomes rich athletes. Bad at reading, but great at acting becomes rich actors. Average at everything but good at singing becomes rich singers. Your brain doesn't need to be generally intelligent, it just needs to be specialized. Path 7, family connections. Maybe you're dumb, but your dad is a CEO, he gets you a job, you get promoted because of nepotism. You're not smart, you're just connected. But now you're rich. That's literally how most executive positions work. It's just nepotism with extra steps. Here's what really bothers me about this. Society has this weird belief that rich people must be smart. Why? Because it makes the system seem fair. If we believe rich people are smart and dumb people are poor, then the system seems just. The smart people won, the dumb people lost. That's how it should be. But what if it's actually just? The people with rich parents got money. The people without didn't. The system is rigged based on luck, not merit. That's harder to accept. That's scarier. Because it means the system isn't fair. It means hard work doesn't always pay off. It means intelligence doesn't guarantee success. So society needs to believe that rich people are smart, because otherwise we have to admit the system is broken. The myth of the self-made billionaire. We love the story of the self-made billionaire. Started with nothing, worked hard, became rich. This is mostly fiction. Most billionaires had wealthy parents, got lucky with timing, exploited workers or systems, made good marketing decisions, not intelligence, got connections through family. But we tell ourselves they're self-made because it makes us feel hopeful. If they can do it, so can I. No, you can't. You don't have their advantages. But the myth makes you feel better. The intelligence myth. We also believe that you need to be smart to be rich. This is partially true. Sometimes being smart helps. But it's not necessary. You can be dumb and rich if you have money to start with, get lucky, are charismatic, are ruthless, are good at one specific thing. But we don't talk about that. We pretend everyone at the top is a genius. Because if we admit they're not, we have to ask harder questions about the system. And nobody wants to do that. While we're on the subject, let's talk about the opposite. There are incredibly intelligent people who are poor, like genius-level intelligence, but poor. Why? Because the system doesn't reward intelligence, it rewards connections. There's literally a psychologist who studied why poor people stay poor, and she found something fascinating. It's not because they're dumb, it's because they didn't get lucky with timing, they didn't inherit money, they didn't have wealthy parents with connections, they had to work jobs instead of going to good schools. They couldn't risk starting businesses because they needed stability. So they ended up smart but stuck. Meanwhile, dumber people with better luck, better connections, better timing, and better inheritance ended up rich. This is almost worse, because it proves the system isn't a meritocracy. If you're rich, it's not because you're smart. If you're poor, it's not because you're dumb. It's because of luck and connections. And that's kind of depressing, actually. So there you have it. You can be shockingly dumb and still be rich because wealth isn't about intelligence. It's about luck, connections, and exploitation. If this made you angry at the system, smash that like button. Subscribe to Brain Dump if you want more videos about how society is broken. And drop a comment. Tell me about the dumbest rich person you know. I want to hear about it.